Hello guys, how are you doing? My name is Dikshit Chawla and today we'll be studying about basics of algebra. I secured 98% on the IGCSE Mathematics examination 2019 in February March, so you can pretty much rely on me. So without wasting much of our time, let's start with the basics of algebra. So first of all, we need to see how do you represent in algebra the word problems. Suppose we have something like the height of a tree is 2 times the height of another tree, right? So we assume the height of this another tree is h. So the height of this tree will is as given is 2 times the height of another. So it's 2 multiplied by h. So that becomes 2h. When we write this 2h, we mean that it's 2 multiplied by h. Yeah, you got me? Now, if it says the height of the tree is 2 times less than the other, so the other, its height is h, and the height of our tree is 2 times less. Here it should be 2 times more, so that's why I multiplied, and now it's 2 times less, so we do h by 2, which means h divided by 2. You got me? Okay, all good. So in another scenario, if we have that the height of the tree is 10 centimeters shorter than the average, so 10 cm shorter than the average, so we consider the average height to be h. So our height h is this h minus 10. Remember, this is in centimeters and this 10 is centimeters, right? So similarly, you can subtract, add, multiply, divide. Okay, you got these basics? Let's move forward. Now let's say we have two quantities. One quantity is x and the other is y. When we multiply these two quantities, we mean x multiplied by y. We can simply write it xy. And some people write it yx, which is pretty much correct mathematically, but it's kind of absurd to write. So we have a rule that lists according to alphabetical order, right? So this is pretty much correct, but mathematically both are correct. If we divide them, it becomes x on y. Alright, now let's move forward. When we multiply a number, let's say we multiply x by 5, we can write it both ways, either x5 or 5x. Both are mathematically correct, but 5x is preferred because always write the numerical number first. So it's kind of easy to evaluate and solve the questions, nothing much of a difference, alright? Let's move forward now. Now what happens when we square or cube? Let's say there are two quantities a and we want to square them. Square means you multiply a by a. Or if we want to cube them, which means a multiplied by a multiplied by a. We write this as a square. So yeah, this is symbol of squared. And this we represent as a, and above that small 3. This 3 represent cubed. Or if we want to do a multiplied by a multiplied by a multiplied by a, we write it as a power 4. 4 means it's quadrupled. Alright, squared, cubed, and quadrupled. You got me? Okay, so we're pretty much done with the basics. So let's try to solve a few questions. Let's say I have a question that there were 7 people who won a lottery of $X. So this was the lottery amount, X dollars, right? And the question says, if the money is distributed equally amongst them, how much does each get? So I think most of you know the answer by now. The money is to be distributed, and the key word to note here is it is to be distributed equally, right? Among them. So total persons are 7, amount equals $X, money that each gets equals to the total money divided by 7, this much dollars. All right, yeah, so this is our answer. Now if we have a different scenario in which the amount is same, that is $X, and there are now 3 persons. All right, now the question says, if one person gets thrice the combined amount earned or won by the other 2. What is the individual earning? All right. So yeah, let's apply our brains here, right? So we walk step by step. No need to hurry in the examination. We write the total amount, which is X dollars. All right. Now suppose we have 3 persons: person 1, person 2, person 3. All right. Let's assume that persons 2 and 3 get an equal share of $P. So person 2 gets $P and person 3 gets $P. Now combined, they earn $P plus $P, which is equal to $2P. All right. This is the combined amount that they earn. Now let's go back to the question. What does it say? If one person gets thrice the combined amount won by the other two, what is the individual earning? So the combined amount earned by person 2 and person 3 is $2P. Person 1 gets thrice of the combined amount. So person 1 gets thrice, so 3 multiplied by the combined amount, which is $2P. So it's 3 into 2P, which makes it $6P. So person 1 earns $6P, person 2 earns $P, and person 3 earns $P. Now, if we want to find this income or won amount in terms of $X, so $X is shared not equally but only amongst these 3 people. So the won money must be equal to $X. So we do here that $2P, or let's do it $P plus $P plus $6P equals $X. All right. So it makes a simple algebraic equation: P plus 6P equals X. P plus 6P, it's 8P equals X. So P is $X upon 8. All right. I guess you all are pretty much clear about that. So person 1 who gets $6P gets 6, which now substitute. P is X upon 8. X upon 8. We cut this by 2, so it's 3, 4. This makes us $3X upon 4. All right. Person 2 and person 3 gets $P each. The value of P is $X upon 8, so they get $X upon 8 each. Yeah, you can have a look at that, take screenshots or whatever you want, note this down. So I think in this lecture we are pretty much done, guys. I'll see you in the next lecture. Bye bye. Take care.